Namaskar. Welcome to Government eMarketplace. In this module, we will be learning about the secondary user creation, secondary user registration and activation process. A secondary user on Government eMarketplace is a person of responsibility as approved by primary user. These authorized secondary users enjoy rights and privileges as assigned to them by the primary user HOD. Role of the secondary user includes active buyer role, creation of orders, placement and bill drafting, consignee, receiving the consignment followed by acceptance and rejection of the same, generation of CRAC, DDO, PAO, order payment processing, indenter, selection of products and add to buyer's cart, technical evaluator, evaluation of bidders on technical front parameters. Primary user HOD is responsible for creation of secondary users. To create secondary users, they will have to log into their Government eMarketplace account. To log in, open gem.gov.in in your browser and click on Login. This is your login page. On this page, enter your GEM user ID. Then, enter the CAPTCHA text visible on the screen. Click on Submit to proceed further. Here you will need to enter your password. Then, click on Submit to proceed. Welcome to your homepage. Click on Users to proceed with creation of secondary user account. As per the GEM terms and conditions, it is mandatory to have a nic.in or gov.in domain registered email ID. In case if any of the users, primary user, buyer, consignee, PAO, DDO or competent authority do not have the said domain email address, they can apply for GEM Buyer ID. To know more about creating a GEM Buyer ID, refer to GEM Buyer ID creation module. To create a secondary user, the HOD first needs to create a division to map the secondary user. To do so, click on Manage Divisions to proceed. Click on New Division to create a division. The user will be redirected to a page where they can add division information. Check the box if the address is same as that of the organization. Enter the division name and click on Add to proceed. A new division has now been created. Once the division is created, we can now proceed to create secondary user's profile. Click on Add Secondary User. Click on Manage Post to proceed creating the secondary user. Enter the designation of the secondary user. We will now select the division that you just created from the drop-down list to map the secondary users. Select the roles to be assigned to the secondary user. The following roles can be assigned to a secondary user: buyer, consignee, indenter, PAO, DDO, technical evaluator. HOD also has the option to combine roles. For example, a secondary user can be assigned the role of buyer and consignee. However, combining buyer role with PAO, DDO is not allowed. Enter the user ID for the secondary user. It is important to create secondary user ID on basis the designation, role of the secondary user. Once created, the user ID cannot be changed. If the secondary user does not have NIC registered email address, the HOD can create a GEM Buyer ID for them. Click here to apply for gembuyer.in email ID. You will be redirected to the GEM Buyer ID creation page. Here, The GEM buyer ID can be created on the basis of roles to be assigned to the concerned secondary user. Enter the user details and click on Submit. Once the GEM buyer ID has been created, fill in the remaining details and click on Add Post to create the secondary user. Once the post has been added, the system will give a success prompt stating, "User successfully invited and activation link is sent to the user." Scroll down to see the status of the secondary user. Until the secondary user activates their account, the status will show as inactive for the primary user. To activate the account, secondary user must verify their details through the link shared on their mail. We will now look into secondary user registration and activation. To activate their account, a secondary user must verify their information through the link sent in the invitation email. Click on Verify Me Now to proceed. Click on OK to continue. Enter your Aadhaar number and your Aadhaar-linked mobile number. Click here to verify Aadhaar details. Enter the OTP sent to your registered mobile number and click on Verify to continue. Click on Close to continue. On successful verification of Aadhaar, system will automatically capture your name. While the user ID is created by the primary user, the secondary users are required to set password of their account. After filling the password and confirm password field, click on Create Account to activate your account. The same procedure can be followed for creation of DDO or PAO accounts by selecting DDO or PAO from the drop-down as applicable for your organization. Here are the key takeaways of this module. The secondary user needs a GEM buyer ID to access the portal. The sign-up can only commence once the invitation is received by the primary user of their concerned organization. The secondary user must click on the link, invitation shared via email or SMS. The user will complete the other profile details such as office address, state, district code, PIN code. For verification, an Aadhaar card and linked mobile number is a mandatory requirement. In case of any transfer of the secondary users, the official should inform his primary user about the transfer or deactivation. For the next step or process, refer to Transfer and Deactivation of Secondary Users, Direct Purchase, Intent of Buying, PAC, and Bid Creation product modules on the website under Training Modules option. Thank you.